Oh yeah, Rogue here. I just wanted to give an announcement that I have my own Discord server and my own shop of my keychains where I make mention and I do commissions of my keychains and standees. I also do art commissions, but please contact me in my Discord server for more information. Anyway, let's get on to the video and thank you so much for listening. Thank you. Ah yes, the most degenerate stuff on the internet, where it can be dangerous to kids and involve very dangerous topics. Pro shippers, as I may watch my word in here, since YouTube will probably get on my ass for stupid reasons, even though you should literally be able to talk about this without any problems. Lollies. Now, what is a pro shipper or a lolly, you may ask? Well, a pro shipper is where a people, presumably so-called pro shippers, is a fandom member of who advocates for the freedom to create and consume any fictional relationship known as a ship without harassment, regardless of whether the content is considered problematic or non-problematic. They often believe that fiction does not affect reality, regardless of its abuse, pedophilia, incest, etc. Very problematic things. Now, how does it affect reality? I'll get to that rant in a second. Now, what is a lolly? Well, as much as I hate to say it, it leaves me having a bad taste and making me throw up in my mouth. It is the sexual depiction of children, specifically little girls in media, and is from the term of the book Lolita, which is also a very bad book about a girl being harassed by an old man or something like that. I never read it and I never planned to read it. Now, why am I bringing up pro shippers? Well, they have one thing in common. They think that fiction does not affect reality. Now, does it? Yes it does. Now, why would these things affect reality? An example can be that a lolly can be anything. I mean, like your own kids, your sister, your brother, anything in media that sexualizes children or the depiction of little girls or little boys. They use the excuse of things as, it's just pixels, or it's just fictional. And guess what? These pixels form things that happen to real children / victims of this shit. There's also a federal law of the Protect Act of 2003. This law makes it illegal to the processes of distribute or create any visual depictions of minors engaged in sexual activities. This includes drawings, cartoons, and many artistic representations. Even if no real children are involved, it does not make exceptions for fictional content that includes, I don't know, maybe even minors? Yeah, exactly. And another thing, lolly stems from the term Lolita, which is a character literally based off of a 12-year-old girl and the man that had an obsession with her. I know I mentioned this earlier, but I had to say that again. Now, what about pro shippers? Especially if they're adults or minors too. Now, if you're an adult pro shipper, you're just absolutely outrageous and disgusting and wrong, and you know what's wrong, or maybe you don't. Maybe you're just that mentally deranged, and you may need to get help and be locked up in a jail cell, probably. Teaching these minors that is completely okay is absolutely not okay, and you know that it's not okay. You also probably need to take a break off the internet and watch out for those adults who are teaching you this is okay. And I mean this to pro shippers that are minors as well. And most of these, and the keyword most of these pro shippers are victims. That is not an excuse really, but they need to get professional help, therapy, anything that helps them to become morally a bad human being in the future. And if you are a minor and a pro shipper watching this, I swear you're not being attacked by me. I'm just giving advice as someone who has been a victim of child exploitation and I am censoring these topics because, well, YouTube will get on my ass. And if you're into pro-shipping, whether you're an adult or not, there is generally something wrong with you. If you also have the claim that it's not harming others, it is. It really is. It harms CSA survivors, SA survivors, etc., etc. I see so many younger people, even people younger than me, even, just constantly posting about this, or even following accounts that do pro-shipping as well, even if they're an adult too, which means that they're getting constantly groomed again, and that they don't know. Or they probably do know, but they just miss the feeling, which I completely understand, but that's really not okay. It's not a good coping mechanism. And I know that people, including me, are not in control of your coping skills, but if you genuinely consider it as a coping skill, it is a bad and dangerous coping skill. And the thing is, the whole thing can also be on your digital footprint forever. It doesn't matter if you're rage baiting as a pro shipper or if you're a genuine one. If you genuinely think that this whole thing is okay, even after this video, I genuinely don't know how to feel about this. Now, let's get into the topic of what the hell is a fucking pro-shipper art style. Well, to simply put it, it does not exist. It really doesn't. It's a certain term, I guess, for people on TikTok. Oh my god, don't get me started on art TikTok. That literally have similar art styles to problematic people or anything like that, and they think, oh well, if your art style looks like this, you must be a pedophile, you must be a pro-shipper, blah 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 blah. That doesn't mean they automatically are. They just have a certain art style that looks similar to theirs. It doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. Now, what if something else can also be depicted as a lolly? Well, that includes also in streaming as well, which is very unfortunate because I am a VTuber, and I'm talking about VTubers who lolly bait. Don't even joke, lad. Because, what do you mean? What is the depiction of being yourself? What made that concept go throughout the window to the point where you have to literally pretend to be a child yourself on the internet with a childlike model and have childish features and act childish and think, hi, this is gonna get my audience, this is gonna get this is gonna get that. Especially if you make sexual jokes towards yourself about your model. Nothing personal, but just your model. It's very weird and disgusting, and I generally don't understand how people can actually defend this type of shit, because it generally gets on my nerves as someone who has been a depiction of child sexual exploitative material, and like I said earlier, a bunch of other things, which is horrible, and I hope that no one else goes through this that I know, but me personally. Because that is just very messed up. It should not be normalized at all. Anyway, that's just a little short rant of this video. I hope y'all enjoy this. I hope y'all enjoy the little art topic as well. Because, holy shit, the amount of retakes I had to do for this video just to get across my mind and not be this pissed at people is actually insane. Like, you're telling me that a bunch of people, even if they're an adult, think that this is okay. It really isn't. Like seriously, it isn't. But anyways, have a good day, my sugars, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!
If you're into pro shipping, you have something wrong with you. You have something wrong with you, and it is not normal. I see so many younger people also just constantly posting about this or following hundreds of accounts that are pro shipping, and it is not normal, and you need to get help. You need to genuinely get help. And you could say, oh no, but I'm coping. You are harming others while you are coping. This is not how normal people cope and heal over their trauma that they have gone through. This is absolutely not how they do it. And you're triggering others. You don't say any trigger warning. None of that. You just say the most disgustingly fucking morbid shit I've ever laid my eyes on about two siblings. Or it's just disgusting. I don't even want to fucking talk about it. Like, it's just not normal. And you could be like, no, but I mean, I like to rage bait. I cannot stress this enough, because I just saw a 14-year-old talking about fucking My Little Pony and all that shit. You have that on your fucking digital footprint forever. I cannot stress this enough. It doesn't matter if you delete the app, throw away your phone. It doesn't matter if you delete the post. It is always there. It makes me even more mad when I see this one account draw fucking Gravity Fall characters doing incestual shit. That is not normal. That you're drawing CP. That is not normal. That is actually very illegal. You need help. There's something wrong with you. You are literally going to lose your morals as a person, lose your dignity to have some fucking people be mad at you in your comments over an app that might not exist in a few generations. That is not normal. We need to learn empathy. We need to learn how to actually get resources and talk about our feelings instead of doing this weird shit. It's not normal. Normalizing this behavior is going to cycle. You are going to become the abuser. You don't want to become that. Oh no, but they're just cartoons. No. No. The way that you talk about them is so disgusting. And I see people with fucking usernames of I love kids, da-da-da. Again, digital footprint. But it's like, you are a child predator in the making. This is not normal. Why is it so normalized on this fucking app? Like, we are not Tumblr. Can we act like actual human beings? Like, I don't understand why you're trying to normalize something that is not normal. We used to rage bait over crying over the Minions and being memes, okay? We used to rage bait over, liking pineapples on pizza. Can we actually go back to OG rage baiting? Not this fucking weird shit.